All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about a simple shift, a really simple one that can completely change every conversation you have. And it's all about focusing less on talking and way, way more on listening.
So first things first, we got to bust a huge myth about what makes someone a great communicator. I mean, this is where so much of that social anxiety comes from, right?
You know that feeling, right? When a conversation just hits a wall. You're talking, everything seems fine, and then nothing. Just that awkward, painful silence that feels like it lasts forever. Ugh. So why does that happen?
Well, a lot of the time, it's because we're all stuck on this idea, this myth, that to be a good communicator, you have to be super witty or hilarious or have the perfect thing to say at all times. But here's the truth. It's not about your performance, not at all. It's about making the other person feel good about talking.
Okay, so if it's not about being some kind of verbal genius, then what is the real secret? Let's get into it.
This is it, right here. Real communication power is just this, the ability to get the other person to talk and to actually enjoy it. You're creating this safe space where they feel comfortable, where they feel heard, and they can just share what's on their mind.
And this quote just nails it. When you stop shooting down their ideas, even unintentionally, and instead you affirm what they're saying and ask questions, something amazing happens. Ideas start popping up in their mind. You literally become a launchpad for their own thoughts.
Okay, that sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? Let's look at our first tool. It's a super simple, 3-word phrase that is pure magic for stopping a conversation from dying.
It's a really simple 3-step dance. So let's say someone tells you, I really want to go to Thailand. Your instinct might be to just nod or say, cool. But instead, step 1, you affirm. You just say, that's great. Right away, the vibe is positive. Step 2, you extend. Ask something open-ended like, oh, what about it sounds so appealing? And then step 3, you deepen. Is there a specific place you're dreaming of going? See what you're doing? You're not talking about yourself. You're just gently guiding them to explore their own excitement.
Now, here's what we usually do wrong. This is the conversation killer. We immediately jump to a problem, right? Thailand? Won't the bugs be terrible? Bam! Just like that, you've killed the whole vibe. Their excitement is gone, and now they're on the defensive, having to justify their dream to you.
All right, so you've got that magic phrase down. Now let's build on that. Here are 4 golden rules for asking questions that really, truly get people to open up.
Okay, rule number 1. This is a big one. It's all about building trust right from the get-go.
The key here is to share something about yourself first. Think about it. Nobody likes to feel like they're being interrogated. So instead of just launching a question at them, you offer up a little piece of yourself. Something like, you know, my dream has always been to travel the world. What about you? What's yours? It's a tiny thing, but it completely changes that dynamic. It shows this is a two-way street, and it makes them feel way safer to open up.
All right, on to rule number 2. This one is all about making it super easy for the other person to answer.
You know how sometimes you ask a big, heavy question like, so what's your passion in life? And the person just freezes? It's too much pressure. The trick is to lower the difficulty. Give them an easy out or a small example. So after you ask about their dream, you could add, hey, even wanting to eat at a famous ramen shop totally counts. It just takes all the pressure off and makes it fun and easy to answer.
Okay, rule number 3. This one is subtle, but man, is it powerful. This is all about the rhythm of the conversation.
It's this. Before you jump to your next brilliant question, you need to express empathy. Connect with what they just said. So if they say, I'm thinking of getting a dog, your first job isn't to ask what kind. It's to connect. Just say, aw, dogs are the best, or dogs are so cute. And then, this is the important part. You pause. You just stop talking for a second. That little bit of silence, that moment of shared feeling, it does wonders. It makes them feel so heard, and often, they'll just keep talking without you even having to ask another question.
And that brings us to our 4th and final rule. And honestly, this might be the most important one of all.
It's this. Ask about what you don't understand. We're so often afraid to look stupid, but being willing to say, wait, sorry, what does that mean? Is an absolute superpower. It shows the other person you're not just nodding along, waiting for your turn to speak. It shows you are genuinely, actively trying to understand them. It's one of the highest forms of respect you can show someone.
So you put all these pieces together, and what do you get? Is more than just being better at small talk. You've basically unlocked a communication superpower. So let's recap your new toolkit. First, remember that really listening is a profound act of kindness. Kick things off with that simple, positive affirmation. That's great. Always remember to share a little something about yourself first before you ask. Show them you get it, show some empathy before you ask the next question. And please, don't be afraid to ask for clarification. It shows you care.
Because that's really what this is all about. When you honestly show that you're confused or that you want to understand better, the other person feels it. They feel like, wow, this person is actually listening to me. And making someone feel truly heard, well, that's the real secret, isn't it?
So I'll leave you with this. You now have the keys. You can unlock better, deeper, more real conversations with pretty much anyone. So the only question left is, whose world are you going to open up next?